102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 536. And REO Speedwagon with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be sunny with a high of 73. Tomorrow, rain, maybe a snow flurry or two. But then the high of 61, so I don't know how that's going to work out. It's 39 right now in downtown Springfield.
Now, when you say 71,
yeah,
is that in, like, degrees?
61.
No, for today.
73 for today.
When you say 73, that's in degrees?
Yeah, it's good. You know what? Anything we can do to melt the rest of this god-awful snow outside, it'll be, my part of my driveway is a mud pit right now.
Nice.
So I can't even park there.
Well, I got to tell you, it sounds fantastic. Imagine a 73-degree day in March.
It's nice.
I'm taking my shirt off.
Don't worry.
You can't stop me.
We'll get a blizzard before April's over.
What a show, man. I'll tell you what, if you missed any part of it, check out the daily podcast brought to you by Curry Honda. Experience the best.
I know we're new here. Do you not hear that, like, scratchiness in the thing, or is it just me?
I'm not hearing anything that's scratchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at least it's not going over the airways.
There's
that
bugs.
we know of.
Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 549 of the Cars with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
You don't hear that, do you?
I'm not sure what you're hearing.
It's here. You know what? Let me switch headphones with you.
You take mine. I don't know if that's any different. Okay, let's try that.
Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. Doesn't that sound very scratchy?
It does. That's your
That's the headphone thing,
that's
right?
the headphone.
Yeah,
listen to mine. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. See, it must be the headphone thing. All right. Well, at least I'm not imagining it.
No, you're not. No, you're not imagining stuff. See, this is the thing, folks. Every time something changes, there's going to be some bugs worked out. So when our guy gets here today, you get him in a headlock.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just...
Yeah, you get him in a headlock. I'll do some punches to the rib cage, and we'll get this thing changed right away.
Listen, man, I give those guys all the credit in the world for putting this stuff together. I'm not complaining about this at all. It's just one of these tweaks that needs to be fixed. These guys were here for weeks.
Yeah,
wiring these things. I mean, we'll talk more about that after 6. But here you go.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, has confirmed a concert at SoFi Stadium in L.A. on April 3rd. The show is being promoted as his only performance in L.A. The announcement has generated excitement among fans, coincided with the release of the upcoming album Bully. Ye recently apologized for past anti-Semitic comments and placed a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal.
Well, that should do it.
Does anybody read, like, an actual newspaper anymore?
No, but if it's if you post it there, someone's going to pick up on it. No one's actually going to read the newspaper.
But who among the Wall Street Journal crowd are you catering to when you take out a full-page ad in a newspaper that probably, I mean, I'm sure there's an age level of people that actually read a newspaper, like probably above the age of 45.
And they're not among the people listening to Ye?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like kind of a weird audience to aim your apology at.
Well, I don't know if you are aware of this, but it seems like Kanye does not have a very good talent at reading the room.
No, he does not.
So if he's going to misplace a message, as he's done hundreds of times, the Wall Street Journal or the Financial Times would probably be the first place you would go.
Yeah. It's like him coming to Chicopee and going, "There's too many Polish people in here."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Read the room. Read the room.
Tommy DiCarlo, the singer who rose to fame with Boston after posting tribute videos to the band's original frontman, has passed away at the age of 60 after battling brain cancer.
Is this the guy that was working at Home Depot?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
His family announced his death on Facebook, praising his strength and courage during his illness. DiCarlo, a lifelong Boston fan, was discovered by the band after posting covers online following the death of lead singer Brad Delp in 2007. He went on to tour with Boston for nearly 2 decades and released albums with his own band, DeCarlo. DeCarlo's unexpected journey from Home Depot employee to fronting a legendary rock band was described by him as almost indescribable. That's like one of those things, because I remember watching the videos of him. They discovered him in a karaoke bar.
Yeah.
Or I think it was a video. It was when YouTube first started, blowing up.
Yeah, it was all YouTube driven.
And somebody took a video of him at a karaoke bar singing Boston songs, and I think it was one of the other band members that saw it and said, "Oh, this guy should be the new lead singer."
Yeah, that's too bad. Young guy.
Yeah, you know what though? I mean, to be saved from a Home Depot.
Listen, is it any surprise that a guy working at Home Depot is not at Home Depot when he was discovered? You can't discover anybody at a Home Depot.
Yeah, I don't think there's all these people with hidden talents there. Surprisingly, all the employees that have hidden talents at Home Depot, none of them have any knowledge of craftsmanship.
No.
Or anything to help you get your project done.
They do know where you can find stuff in the store
when they look it up on the little kiosk.
Sure.
thing.
Well, assuming you can find someone to help you.
Yeah. Actor Timothy Chalamet is facing backlash for his comment that no one cares about ballet and opera, with actress Whoopi Goldberg criticizing him on The View. Chalamet made a controversial remark during a discussion with Matthew McConaughey, stating he does not want to work in ballet or opera. Goldberg warned Chalamet to be careful with his words and not to apologize insincerely. The opera and ballet community, as well as the singer Doja Cat, have criticized Chalamet for his comment, emphasizing the importance of performance arts and proper etiquette. Well, when the opera community is against you, as well as Doja Cat, you got some serious issues going. I mean, it's one thing Whoopi Goldberg. She complains about a lot of stuff, but when you get Doja Cat...
Some of these opera people are so angry, they've taken those helmets with the horns on their heads, smashed them right to the ground.
Yeah.
And say, when I get to that Timothy Chalamet, I'm going to show him a thing or two.
But it ain't over until the fat lady sings, isn't it?
It's true.
Yeah. Let's see. Actor Neil Flynn recently shared his experience of acting alongside Hollywood legends Harrison Ford and Michael J. Fox on the set of Apple TV's comedy drama Shrinking. Flynn described the experience as very strange, but incredibly exciting. In Season 3 of the show, Flynn's character Raymond receives therapy from Ford's character, Dr. Paul Rhodes. The cast, including Jessica Williams and Krista Miller, expressed admiration for Ford and Fox's work together on the set. Co-creator and actor Jason Segel also shared his admiration for Fox and the valuable advice he received from Ford during filming, making the experience working with these legendary actors a special one for the cast of Shrinking. All right.
Okay.
Sounds fun. Let's see. I don't even know what that is. There's a bunch of political stuff here.
No, you don't want that.
Let's see. Damn, dude. CBS News Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane has announced his departure from the network following Anderson Cooper's exit. MacFarlane, who has covered justice issues for CBS since 2021, stated that his work will no longer appear on CBS News, citing his own decision while acknowledging CBS's leadership understanding. With over 20 years of experience, MacFarlane expressed pride in his time as a CBS correspondent and emphasized his commitment to journalism. I don't even know who this guy is.
No, I don't either, because you would have to watch CBS News.
But is he like jumping on the bandwagon like, oh, Anderson Cooper just left, I'm going to do it too. Everybody will be the same as me after Anderson Cooper, and he gets all the praise and pomp and circumstance, and here I am. Everybody will remember me, right?
Maybe I can get loaded with Andy Cohen on New Year's Eve.
Who wouldn't want to get loaded with Andy Cohen on New Year's Eve?
Those dudes seem to have a great time together.
They do. I'm sure that's not the only thing that's being liquored, if you know what I'm saying.
They're just friends. They're just friends.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Kim Kardashian fans noticed she kept a mostly low profile and focused on Nike Skims pop-up at Paris last month instead of spreading herself around to other fashion events.
She Must have something to say.
Oh my God, the last time I spread myself for fashion was when Ray J pulled his spooey baton out of my Giorgio Hermani and splattered me with Gucci in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Gucci.
Only one of those needed to be changed.
That's pretty good.
Gucci.
Caitlin?
Well, I never got that done and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but we once enjoyed some dirty movies together.
What'd you watch?
The first one we watched was about a charter boat captain who ends up shipwrecked on an island with an entire Swiss women's volleyball team, where he marries all of them and they have multiple 7-way adventures in Swiss Family Nobbenson. Next one was a very misleading title that just ended up being a bunch of British gangsters all chasing around a stolen diamond. Snatch.
What else did you see?
Very disappointing.
Yeah, I bet it was. What else did you see?
Where is it? What else did I see? I cut off the last of the.
Oh no!
Hey, Caitlin. She's not prepared this morning. She's in a new studio. That's her problem.
That's her problem.
Finally, we found a real banger where a photographer drives all over the back roads, tricking lonely farm wives to sneak off and perform dirty poses and acts for him in the Minges of Splatterson County.
Oh my God. Beautiful.
I think that was Clint Eastwood that was in that. Yeah,
I think so.
And that is your Hollywood Trash on Rock 102. Oh.
Looking for great food, cold drink?
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Well, folks, good news. The Patriots have narrowed down their search for a new wide receiver to replace Stephon Diggs. The bad news is it happened when the guy they wanted decided to stay put. Yesterday, the Indianapolis Colts re-signed wide receiver Alec Pierce to a fat free agent contract that will pay him $114 million over the next 4 years. That's good for $28.5 million per season, which I should point out is about $7 million more than they would have paid to have kept Stephon Diggs. So why is this good news for the Patriots? It's not. Because you see, unless there's somebody else out there that's willing to work for less, then the Patriots may feel compelled to go all in and putting together a trade for A.J. Brown of the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the problem with that. Without Alec Pierce, the Patriots seem more desperate now than ever to get a top-tier wide receiver. And you know who's aware of this? The Philadelphia Eagles. Suddenly, that alleged first and fifth round draft pick that they were supposedly looking for no longer may be enough for a trade for A.J. Brown. Because you see, the Eagles don't have to trade A.J. Brown. And while A.J. Brown and Mike Vrabel have had a great relationship over the years, that doesn't mean jack squat if the asking price keeps going up. Now, obviously, there are other free agents out there. That's why they picked up former Jets offensive lineman Elijah Vera Tucker with a 3-year, $42 million contract. Grabbed Buffalo fullback Reggie Gilliam to a 3-year, $12 million deal. And Ravens linebacker Draymond Jones on a 3-year, $39.5 million contract. But none of those guys are wide receivers. That means if the Patriots really want to get A.J. Brown, it's going to cost them big time. And why is that? Well, I'd like to say it's because the Philadelphia Eagles are a miserable franchise run by a bunch of gutless, cold-hearted bastards. And they are. But in this situation, they're simply trying to get the most value from a team that suddenly seems more desperate than they were 24 hours ago. And in the same situation, the Patriots would be asking for the very same stuff because they're cold-hearted bastards too. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Get Rocky's sales flyer and get a look at the March tool deals from Milwaukee, DeWalt, and Craftsman. I'm looking at the flyer online. You can see the deals on the Rocky's Ace Hardware app or pick up a good old-fashioned paper copy at any Rocky's store. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Springfield's classic rock at 6:13 and Led Zeppelin with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be sunny today with a high of 74. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 61. It is 38 right now in downtown Springfield.
I'm going to guess there's a pretty good chance we'll probably get to Am I the A-Hole today. We also got tickets to give away for the Springfield Symphony. We'll tell you more details about that later on.
The Symphony.
I
believe somebody from the Symphony is coming in here, and I can't remember which day that was.
Is it today?
I don't know. Hang on give me 1 second.
All right.
And,
take your time. No rush.
Let me consult with my producer.
Yeah, go right ahead.
And let's see. Is there a giveaway on there today?
There is.
Then she will be here today at
perfect.
8:45. So,
Great.
yeah. Well,
So that's perfect.
I'm sorry I couldn't get the message out to you earlier.
It's, you know what, Steve? We're dealing with a lot of different things.
Yeah.
It's a new building. It's a new day. We're gonna get through all of it.
The headphones sound a lot better. It's going to take some time. There's still a little peaking going on in there, but listen, I don't know. All I know is how to hook up like a computer screen to a hard drive and maybe hook up some headphone jacks type speakers to one. These guys, Derek and Josh, that have worked here doing, not only the many years they've done stuff for us at 45 Fisher, but the this thing, like building this whole thing. This is like, I told you I came in here a couple of weeks ago, and they had like all the wires were like all sticking out everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the hell do you even know? And then he goes, well, there's a map. I'm like, I can't even, unless it's Google GPS or Waze, I can't figure out a map,
This is the difference between guys like them and a guy like me, or maybe even you. So I just ordered a bookshelf from IKEA for the office because I got all the books that I'm bringing from the office in East Lomito here.
Yeah.
It's going to take me about 4 days to figure out the vague instructions from the IKEA, plus all the work with the Allen wrench.
Yeah.
These and that maxes out my mechanical capabilities.
Yeah.
These guys, if you folks saw what this room looked like a week ago,
Yeah.
and what it is now, you'd think these guys are like magicians, and
Yeah.
it's the only way I can describe it. They're working on an intellectual level that you and I could never, ever possibly hope to achieve.
Oh, yeah. I would never figure it out.
It's not even a comparable experience. We're dopes, you and me. I don't mean to include you in here, but I know my limitations.
No, I totally agree.
And there's no way I could have put something like this together.
I was reading an email from the big boss yesterday talking about, congratulating us moving into the new space and all that stuff. And he wanted to set some expectations about office decorations. Now, how much stuff are you bringing over?
Everything, all the stuff that is in the office now is the stuff that's going on.
I don't know if you're going to be able to keep that because, personalizing your workspace is fine. At the same time, we want to avoid workspaces becoming overcluttered or heavily decorated. So, I don't know how much stuff you got.
Is he talking about us, or is he talking about like the salespeople in the cubicles?
I have no idea.
Because the cubicles are very, like a lot of cubicles are kind of like raised up.
Yeah.
Here, they're raised very low. So there's a limited amount of what you can do with a sales cubicle.
Yeah. I don't know.
But, I've got, some plans, but I don't think it's going to be overly decorated at all. A bookshelf?
Yeah.
Come on. What's that going to run? How's that going to be distracting to anybody?
You got all that space in there. You got to fill it with something.
Oh, I'm going to spread out.
Yeah.
Hot tub, foosball table.
You got enough room for it.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You
can get one of those inflatable hot tubs, those Coleman ones, right?
I was thinking about that, but just like a small, maybe 2-person one.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna have meetings or some sort of conversations about the show, we can take a big soak.
Absolutely. I would say I would take a soak.
Yeah, sure you would.
In the middle of the show.
You know what I would love to get in there, but I think even this might be a little bit too small. Air hockey.
We could fit that in one of the other offices.
I'm thinking of like a full size. You could probably put it in here. Full size air hockey table.
Yeah, that would take up a lot of room. I mean, I know there's a lot of room in here. But it's not that big.
There's wasted space though.
Yeah.
Pinball, air hockey, maybe even one of those. I think foosball is kind of fun. But I mean, that would be kind of cool. Someone said they got a skee ball game.
Skeet ball or skee ball?
Skee ball.
All right, because I have the other thing.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah. Skeet ball. I've been playing that my whole life. Well, since I was like 12.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, do you think those kinds of additions to the office are a distraction?
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be the fun place to work, in that sense. Because this is so bougie up here from what we just came from that, it's kind of like It's kind of like the Beverly Hillbillies striking gold, and Mr. Drysdale is here
Right.
at the bank kind of questioning our practices of how we do things. So I don't think we're going to get to that point.
Well, there's some people who have been through this building and will say, my dentist works in that office park. I mean, it's nice, but it's not overly bougie. You got to consider where we're coming from.
Yeah.
I mean, we're coming from like
We should go around.
we're kind of like coming from like Beirut in the 70s.
We should go around and bust into all these offices and introduce ourselves.
I like that idea.
Like every building. There's 3 buildings here.
Yeah, but I mean, it'll take some time just to get to know the neighbors in this building alone.
Yeah. And do they want to get to know us is really the question. And the uncomfortable people will just make it even more uncomfortable for them.
Should we like bring, I don't know, muffins or some sort of tchotchke? Make like Rock 102 T-shirts, perhaps?
People should be bringing that for us as a celebration for moving.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would be the nice thing to do, but
Yeah.
I don't see that happening right away.
What about Alex's bagel shop? Have we are we not deserving of a dozen bagels or
I don't. Sadly, I don't know anybody over there, but it would be great to get to know you.
Oh, let me check if this cough thing works. Ready?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, it does work. And I can't hear you. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it would be nice to know the neighbors.
Who are the people in your office complex?
Well, they're
The
not
people that you meet when you're walking out in the parking lot.
Yeah, but even people in the immediate Longmeadow area. I mean, I think we need to kind of ingratiate. We've been bad mouthing this town for so many years. I think now it's time to extend the olive branch and become part of the neighborhood.
The olive branch that's dipped in gold.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it's a higher level olive branch. But I think if we're gonna be here, we got to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm all about it. It's weird getting used to this, and there's little things that need to change in here that we will slowly get to. Tweaking. These lights are killing me, man. Like it's really like it's giving me a headache because of how bright these lights are, and I cannot wait until after 7 o'clock that we can shut the light off until when the sun comes up because it's really like it's burning out my rods and cones.
It is very, very bright, and we're under 4 fluorescent lights, and someone said, "Oh, you can just change it, or put a like a film over the lights, and that'll I'm like, no. I mean, I think just lamps, sconces, maybe some track lighting would
Those
be
like
enough.
uplighting lamps.
Yeah. Yes.
And just a little even a little like desk lamp on here so we can see what we're doing.
Somebody suggested lava lamps, but those don't throw off a lot of light. I mean, they're great for setting mood. But they're not great for illumination.
I got all this DJ equipment that I don't even use anymore, like the lighting and the disco ball.
You got
and
splash lighting?
Yeah.
You got those?
What's splash lighting? It's
something like you get like a million dots of different color that just float around the room.
Oh, I have one of those. Yeah, I do have one.
Dude, bring it in.
All right. It's for Christmas though.
Who cares?
All right.
I like Christmas. I mean, it's March, but I mean, what the heck?
But you still need lighting to see. See, that's the thing. You're still going to need like a desk lamp or something in order to see like the keyboard, because it's so bright in here.
Yeah.
It is very, very bright.
It's a bit much, and we don't have like different zones for lighting here. There's like one switch, and it turns everything on. In the old building, we had 50,000 switches for 4 lights.
Yeah, well, that's
and
usually,
dimmers.
Well, I remember I told you about my house with all these weird switches everywhere on the wall.
Yeah.
Like this magical switch that turns on an outside light that shouldn't be there. I don't know. It's weird.
Being in Longmeadow now, let me throw this at you. How do you feel about chandeliers?
Chandeliers.
It's
a little outside.
You're
of
in
my...
Longmeadow.
Yeah, but I don't know. This doesn't seem like a chandelier type of place.
No, but you're in a chandelier kind of town.
Yeah.
And who wouldn't be impressed walking into the studio? So we have a guest today. She walks in the studio. She said, "Oh my God, how beautiful chandeliers!"
A chandelier.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
two like two hang like on here and there chandeliers.
I'll meet you halfway with a Tiffany lamp. How about that?
Oh, that would be good too.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Yeah.
It's 6:24 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Cold.
It's 6:27 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Sunny today with a high of 74. Oh, that sounds much better.
You like it?
High of 74. Tomorrow, still a little peaking in there. I don't know. We're doing an on-air air check. This is like Daryl Hall when I went and saw Hall & Oates, and Daryl Hall was yelling at the sound guy in between songs. But I'm not yelling at Josh. I'm just...
No, he's
tweaking it. He's
tweaking it from another room. It's like, how do you do that?
Yeah. Well, but this is like, I'm not frustrated like Daryl Hall was.
Imagine if you were John Oates.
Yeah.
All the yelling goes to you for years.
He seemed like he didn't even want to be there.
He didn't want to. No, of course not. They were sick of each other.
Anyway, rainy tomorrow with a high of 61. It is 38 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hey, it's almost time for Rock 102's college bracket competition, Bracket Brawl, brought to you by Hooplandia and Bud Light. You go to rock102.com and sign up. Starting at 8 o'clock on Sunday, you can start making your picks. The best picks of the entire tournament get a $500 cash card. Pick every game correctly, and you could win $1 million.
$1 million.
I should tell you that so far we have never had the $1 million winner, but this could be the year. If your bracket gets busted early, you get a chance to make a fresh bracket for the round of 16, and again for the round of 4. The best picks of those brackets will win a $100 gift card to the Yard Tavern. It's Rock 102's Bracket Brawl, brought to you by Hooplandia, Bud Light, the Yard Tavern, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
All right, you ready to laugh?
Yes.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
You know, just before my grandpa died, they put him in a wheelchair.
We did?
After that, he went downhill pretty fast. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It was wheelie tough for the rest of the family.
Oh, come on now.
I know. See, we got better jokes now that we're in a different town, don't you think?
Yeah, we've definitely stepped up our game. 6:31 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Temperatures across Massachusetts are expected to reach a peak of approximately 70 degrees today. The unseasonable warm conditions follow a weather pattern that began on Sunday and is contributing to significant snowmelt across the region. While the weather provides a break from winter temperatures, the National Weather Service is monitoring the potential minor river flooding due to runoff. High temperatures are forecast for western Massachusetts and throughout the state. Forecasts indicate these above-average temperatures will persist for a couple of days before a cooling trend begins.
Now, are you trying to explain to me that warmer temperatures result in the melting of snow and ice?
Well, I know we haven't had a lot of experience with this, but yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Wow.
Joseph Delacarpini, a meteorologist from the National Weather Service and National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration.
I'm sorry, did you just say Peony?
I did.
Okay.
Peony? Is that what I said? Delacarpini.
Delacarpini.
Yeah.
It still said Peony.
He's just a little guy. Delacarpini.
He gets into some tight spots.
Noted that such fluctuations are common during the seasonal transition. You went to meteorology school to tell everybody that? Hey, we're at the time of year where the temperatures fluctuate because it's seasonal change. We're going from winter to spring eventually in a couple of weeks, and the temperature can go from 70 to 40 to 30 to 20.
Now, do you think at meteorology school he raised his hand and said, excuse me, is this going to be on the test?
Yeah, probably.
That in the spring, temperatures rise, the result of which melts snow and ice?
I would really like to see the meteorology exam.
So who's an actual meteorologist? Lapis?
Yeah.
Dan Brown?
Stremko.
Those are the ones that I believe have the qualifications for actual meteorology.
Yeah.
I wonder how challenging of a curriculum that is.
Well, it's like passing the bar exam. I'm sure it's that difficult. I'm sure it's like a 12-hour test.
Oh, yeah.
High pressures, low pressures, cold
you don't want to
fronts,
just
warm fronts.
You can't just predict weather haphazardly. I finished last in my meteorology class.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that guy.
But even the person who finishes last in the meteorology class is still a meteorologist.
I guess so.
Yeah, Nick Morganelli.
Well, he's a former meteorologist.
Oh, he's still got the title.
He does.
Yeah.
But he does other things now.
Yeah, I think he probably was came in dead last in his class.
It's been, I don't know that, but it's been so long since he's done weather that he probably doesn't even care about it anymore.
Oh, he cares.
No, I don't think he does. I think he'd go out on like a warm day like today still wearing a parka.
Told you it's going to be sunny. Told you that 20 years ago.
Yeah. You know, you're going to find this hard to believe, but back in my day, I used to tell people that around March and April, the weather started to get warmer.
Crazy.
And I liked it.
A traffic light was knocked down and injuries were reported following a motor vehicle accident in Holyoke Monday afternoon. Holyoke Fire Captain David Rex stated that a crash took place in the area of Main and Jackson Streets, resulting in a traffic light being knocked down. All individuals injured in the accident were brought to the hospital to be treated. Drivers were urged to avoid the area, as Captain Rex stated that repairs were expected to take several hours and traffic would likely be congested. The cause of the crash is currently being investigated.
Is the light going to be okay?
Yeah, there's no update of this. This happened yesterday afternoon. I'm sure the light is back up.
Well, I hope so.
I can't imagine they just said, you know what, we're going to call it a day and not keep this traffic light up and just block the road.
I mean, forget about the injuries and the people that went to the hospital. That's fine. But is the light going to be? Is the light going to survive?
Let's hope so. It has now been over a year since a man was reported missing in Chicopee, and the case has still not been solved. Daniel Callahan was last seen on March 8th of 2025 when he left his brother's home in Chicopee. Witnesses reported to police they saw a man walking into the Connecticut River yelling for help at around 12:30 a.m. The following day, a registered vehicle registered to Callahan's father was recovered from the Connecticut River. It was empty when police pulled it from the water. They could not confirm if Callahan was the last person to operate the vehicle. Police did find evidence of a crash near where the car was found at the end of Walter Street. A search party scoured the Connecticut River for months after Callahan's disappearance, but no further leads have been discovered. Callahan was last seen wearing a dark gray plaid flannel, a black zip-up jacket, dark jeans, and a black knit hat. The anniversary has prompted local water experts to issue reminders about the hazards near the river in the spring. Authorities recommend that anyone on the water at this time of year use motorboat support and wear life jackets as temperatures rise. John Hooks Davis, the manager of Holyoke Rose, a local organization that operates on the river, he said his team is currently preparing for the upcoming season, but warned of the seasonal risks. He said that they're starting to put out docks. They're putting docks in again, and it's springtime, and the current is super, super dangerous. Davis noted that while the river may not appear large currently, conditions can change rapidly with the weather. I didn't even notice because I didn't see it this morning. Is there ice still on the river? I know there's ice on like places like where I live on the reservoirs and stuff like that.
There was over the weekend.
Yeah.
I saw that. But, on a day like today, when it's 73, 74,
a lot of that's going to
melt. The temperatures rise. I don't know if you're aware of this. Ice melts.
And we could see some local flooding, like they said in the last story.
That is correct.
Let's see. Court documents. New details have come out following last week's police chase from Holyoke to Springfield. Here's what they found in the newly released court documents. Just before 10:30 a.m. on Thursday morning, loss prevention at TJ Maxx in Holyoke was alerted to a theft. Investigators say a 44-year-old Angel Matos walked out of the store with more than $800 in clothing and took off in a gray Honda Accord. You know what the deal's going on at TJ Maxx? $800 worth of clothes at a TJ Maxx is a lot of clothes. Holyoke police reviewed nearby plaza security video and later spotted the same Honda and Matos on Maple Street. Patrol officers were then directed to a gas station on High Street where that car had pulled in. When officers moved in on the parked Honda, court documents say Matos threw the car in reverse and quickly sped forward, hitting Holyoke police officer Stephen Negron, who was taken to the hospital with serious non-life-threatening injuries. Matos then took off, driving the wrong way toward I-391.
Oh, and that's where the mistakes start.
Yeah, an agency pursuit then unfolded on I-391 South. So last week we were like, did he get on the highway the wrong way, or he just took off the wrong way down High Street? He took off the wrong way down High Street. He didn't get on 391 north and go south. He went on
Yeah.
I-391 south.
You bring up an excellent point about the savings at a TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I find it hard to not go through the registers because there's so many amazing notions in that line. You know, I mean, so many great looking snacks or cell phone chargers or
Buzzer razors. Like little shavers and all that stuff.
Yeah,
manscapers.
With all these these last minute ideas that when you stand in the line, like, man, I could sure use a few TJ Maxx bags.
Yes, absolutely.
To skip over that just to get to your car, I couldn't do it.
He then went down to I-391 South. Mass State Police deployed the spike strips, disabling 2 tires, but he kept going into Springfield. During the chase, Matos is accused of hitting a Holyoke cruiser and continuing to drive recklessly through the downtown area. On Court Street in Springfield, one officer used his cruiser to force the Honda to a stop, intentionally colliding with Matos' car twice to end the pursuit. Western Mass News spoke with Holyoke Police Chief Brian Keenan, who said,
"Thank God there were no civilians or bystanders injured.
I know Brian Keenan. He doesn't sound anything like that.
But he was reckless conduct by a criminal with a warrant who just chose not to follow the law."
I don't believe he has a European accent of any kind.
I've never met him. Police then surrounded the car with guns drawn. Court documents say Matos raised his hand but refused to turn off the engine or unlock the doors. And then they took him into custody, and now he's facing a slew of charges. Do you like Five Guys?
At least as many.
Did you ever have Five Guys inside of you?
No. Depends what you mean by that.
Like a burger or a
Yes.
hot dog or a French fry.
Of course.
I love Five Guys. I get it all over my face.
Yeah. I love walking out there with a greasy sack of fries.
Oh, man. Yeah. A little overflow on the bag, right?
Yeah.
As we rub our eyes and pour a third coffee to survive daylight saving time, some good fast food burger reviews has hit the 22 News desk. Last month, Five Guys turned 40. Wow. And as a gift to customers, ran a BOGO burger deal. It seems so far they got a larger response than expected, and stores struggled to meet the meat demand. You're not meeting the meat demand.
Meet the meat demand.
Did you ever have a meat demand from Five Guys?
No, I go in open-minded.
That's 6 guys. That's a lot of meat to be throwing around.
It's Five Guys.
Yeah, I know, but if you're getting the meat from Five Guys,
I don't make those kinds of assumptions.
that's 6 guys. That's why they're giving it another go this week so they can get back in our good burger graces. On February 17th, the 40th birthday of Five Guys, we invited the fans to celebrate us. The response to our birthday buy one burger, get one free, which is also called a BOGO promotion, was unlike anything we've seen, the chain explains in a statement obtained by Savor Nation. You visited our restaurants in overwhelming numbers, and we weren't ready for you. We didn't meet our own standards, and that's not something we take lightly, so they're asking for a do-over. This week, from March 9th to the 12th, Five Guys is running a 40th after party to make up for the mishaps last month when people simply flooded stores for the chance to get the most expensive fast food burger out there for half of the usual price. The company is also shouting out, how many of those can you eat, though? Yes, they're expensive, but they are pretty big.
Yeah, they're pretty hearty burgers.
It's not like eating 2 McDonald's, even double cheeseburgers. They're bigger than that.
Yeah. Well, do you eat them all for yourself? You share them. I would share them.
Yeah, you want to share it, Lady in the Tramp style, where you eat a burger from both ends with another guy in the Five Guy group?
Maybe I've done that.
Maybe, have you ever had 5 guys eat the burger on the other side while you eat the middle?
I want to be very careful how I approach this question, Steve.
Yeah.
Not in the same way you're thinking.
All right. I've had 5 guys in my mouth many times.
Sure.
But never half off. That's where the deal comes in, is the half off.
Yeah, you can't have that and feel like you're getting screwed.
Is that 2.5 guys then when it's half off?
I don't think so.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today going to be sunny with a high of 74. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 61. It is 38 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Aw, yeah.
To Springfield's Classic Rock, it's 6:51 and Bad Company with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be sunny today with a high of 74. We're looking at tomorrow, rainy with a high of 61. It's 38 right now in downtown Springfield, and then next Tuesday, 35 degrees.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is. I went to meteorology school, and they told us this is the time of year with the seasonal transition. And the temperatures can fluctuate from one to the next.
They sure can. And, just because it's March 10th doesn't mean we couldn't get hit with another major nor'easter, a Class 3 kill storm. Could happen right before our very eyes. So we're not totally in the clear quite yet.
No, we are not. But anyway, yesterday I went to the dog wash at Gary Rome.
The best doggone place to wash your dog?
First of all, my dog, I don't know. I came home Saturday night after doing shows in Thomaston, Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
And I get home and I open the door and this overwhelming stink. And I'm like, what the hell is that? It's the dog. I don't know what he got into or what he rolled in or something.
It was more than just the normal dog smell?
Yeah. It was I'm like, this dude needs a bath. So yesterday, my daughter and I went up to the Gary Rome dog wash because they have the car wash.
Right.
And then in the back room of the car wash is the dog wash.
Right.
And it's pretty simple. They have all the things you need in order to wash the dog. They even have aprons for you to wear so you don't slop the dog stuff over you.
Did you give the dog the Rusty Jones wax job from the underbody flush?
No. He didn't want that. I did give him a tire shine, though.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
you like that.
Well, he buffs the tires. He's got a nice little thing. But now he smells nice and clean. So,
nice.
Nice, simple little process there. Because you can walk the dog right in. You got to walk in from the front and then walk all the way to the back, through the whole car wash there. Because they have like a detail center on one side and the car wash is on the other. And then right in the middle in the back is the dog wash.
Right. But you have to wash your own dog. They won't wash the dog for you, right?
Yeah. And then we got to no. Gary doesn't come out as nice of a guy. Gary is. He's not going to wash the dog for you. He's got cars to sell, and he's got he's out there. Although I got to give him credit. How many times do you see an owner standing he was greeting people at the car wash entrance, like when you were driving up?
Really? Oh, that's nice.
Well, I mean, think about it. How many times do you see an owner of a place, as like a car dealership, standing there waiting for you to
Well, I mean, not
as much as I like Jeb Belize, I've never seen him down at the Flash Wash.
Well, he probably gets his car washed at any one of his many dealerships.
Yeah, I know, but he should be standing out there.
Yeah, well, that would be great if you were like, vacuuming your floor mats or something. That would be kind of cool to see.
I think between the two of them, Gary Rome and Jeb Belize, Gary Rome is not afraid to pick up one of those mops and wipe the back of your car before you go into the disco car wash.
If it'll get you into a new car, if it gets you to test drive a vehicle, why not?
I'm not sure Jeb Belize has it in him to get that mop out.
I don't know Jeb well enough to know what he's available to do and what he's not available to. It's a big company to run.
I know it's a big company to run, but still, I mean,
may not have enough time in the day to be mopping a car.
I'm going to put a challenge out to Jeb and Gary. Let's see who has the better TikTok video we can do.
Geez.
It's
not like the CEO of McDonald's, nibbling on a burger to tell you what's going on.
I'm actually glad you brought that up. I read an article over the weekend about the CEOs of these companies like Burger King and Wendy's and McDonald's.
Right.
They're all doing this. We have the best burger, and the CEO is doing. And the point of the article was like, people are turning away from fast food because of the high prices, and they want to make it look like, oh, even these rich bougie people will eat this slop that they're ready to serve up to the rest of the companies.
Right.
Because you think about it, I mean, it's the same burger. You're trying to reinvent the wheel. That new burger that McDonald's came out with is no different than, what was the one that Jason Alexander used to do the commercial for, where it was like lettuce and tomato on one side of the container and then the hot part was on the other side of the container. Do you remember that?
Was it the QLT?
McDLT, was it?
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. And this is kind of what this new thing is. I mean, they're not separated, but it's one of these. It's a quarter pounder with tomato and lettuce on it.
The other part about it, about that video is, and this is the thing that gets me. So you got the CEO sampling the burger to let everybody know, hey, this is delicious. Look what we got now.
Yeah.
But the bite he takes is so small,
Yeah.
it's almost as if he's resisting having to put this thing in his mouth.
Because he's not going to put that garbage. He doesn't eat that garbage. He sells it to people like us.
You need to put your money where your mouth is. Mm-hmm. Remember when Dave Ratner when Dave Ratner still had the stores and he was selling his dog food, which he still sells, by the way, online. He had a tagline which I thought was absolutely genius. Mm-hmm. If your dog won't eat this food, we will.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. And I've seen Dave put his face in a bowl of kibble.
What greater way to get more people to eat your stuff than have the same experience that most people have? Have the CEO with a camera guy in the car as he drives up to the drive-thru and he orders whatever and he's slopping it all over his shirt as he's driving away because he's eating with one hand and driving with the other. Now, I'm sure you'll get this traffic safety advocates going, you're not supposed to eat and drive. Whatever. Everybody does that. There's no, I don't think there's anybody out there that puts their hands at 10 and 2 on the wheel all the time.
I'd rather see the CEO go through a realistic experience where he's told, I'm sorry, we can't get you the Shamrock Shake because the machine is busted. And by the way, could you pull over to space number 2? We'll have your food out in just a minute.
Yeah. Now, on the flip side of that, on the Route 10 Tire listener line this morning, somebody's pointed out, I prefer Autumn Mist farm burgers over Five Guys. I do too. I'm just telling, but at least Autumn Mist, it's a hardworking family that has a business that is doing well and putting out quality product, as opposed to a guy at McDonald's who won't even eat a half a bite of his own food. I know Derek over at Autumn Mist, he loves that food. He's shared it with us many times.
He's knocking down home records left and right.
Absolutely. I am too.
It's 6:59 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
This spring, Rock 102 celebrates an iconic duo.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, remember last week when I told you about former Boston Celtics center Luke Cornett and his opposition to participating in a team celebration with the Atlanta Hawks? Boy, I sure do. You see, when you're the Atlanta Hawks, it's a very rare thing when you get the opportunity to celebrate much of anything. You're a team that's missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. You're barely hanging on to a playoff spot now. It's a basketball franchise that has known very little joy since winning their one and only NBA championship all the way back to 1958. All they wanted to do was take a moment and celebrate a local business. And in the city of Atlanta, there is perhaps no better local business to celebrate than the iconic institution like the Magic City Strip Club. This, of course, a marvelous gentleman's club that has long been the focal point of the city's culture for years. A welcoming place for weary customers looking to settle down after a tough day in the job. A gathering place for businessmen, laborers, bachelors, and what have you. Last week, however, Luke Cornett issued a stern rebuke of the celebration, claiming that such a celebration is nothing more than a complicit objectification of women. A celebration that needlessly sexualizes women in a demeaning and misogynistic way. Yesterday, the NBA agreed with Luke Cornett and canceled the celebration. Now, look, I understand that there are some people that would agree that perhaps the Magic City Strip Club may not represent the entire business community of Atlanta, nor do these sort of businesses cater to the family-friendly atmosphere of today's NBA. But this was supposed to be in support of a local business during a game with the Orlando Magic. They're going to sell the same delicious lemon pepper chicken wings that they sell at the club. And there was going to be halftime entertainment by hip-hop legend T.I. The only thing this celebration wasn't going to have were brass poles and bare bosoms. In other words, the NBA just canceled a celebration that was going to be almost as boring as sitting through an Atlanta Hawks game themselves. And frankly, Magic City deserved better than that. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. 7 Weber grills, 7 super deals at Rocky's. From the humble Weber Kettle Grill, the Benchmark Charcoal Grill, to the Weber Genesis Gas Grill, Weber's feature-loaded Dream Grill. Rocky's is your grilling destination, and 7 Weber grills are on sale right now at Rocky's. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
102 Springfield's classic rock. It's 7:13 and the Rolling Stones of Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be sunny today with a high of 74. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 61. It's 38 right now in downtown Springfield. We're going to take a break from the Am I the A-hole thing.
Yeah.
It's getting a little flat. And
tap the brakes on something like that.
Yeah. To go into the some comments from the Route 10 Tire listener line, because we were talking about the CEOs eating their fast food slop and trying to pretend it's good. Yeah, the way that McDonald's CEO ate that burger was like how I've asked women on dates before. Like, would you like to go out sometime? No, maybe a little bit, but not really.
Yeah, They had a nice time tonight. Would you like to go on a second date? Yeah.
Perhaps not. That's usually how that ends. But
I saw another video, and I assume it's probably AI. I mean, it had to be AI, but it was the CEO from McDonald's taking that little nibble of the new burger and then projectile vomiting right after it.
Oh, yeah. I see. This is sometimes like, AI can be good.
And it was kind of like the Green Mile type of vomiting, where it's like nothing but, like bugs and bits of pieces of people's pain coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, and souls of cows that have been slaughtered in order to there's that other thing of there's this conspiracy theory going around that there's not enough. There's not how does McDonald's handle all those beef burgers? There's no way they're killing that many cows. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are.
It doesn't take a lot of cow to make a burger.
Hey, the conspiracy theory thing is like, you remember I was talking a few months ago about there was a video on YouTube or TikTok or one of those places, and the guy was like, I think all of these airports are just fake. And how can there be that many people at one time flying all over the country? And I'm like, I don't think you realize how many people there are in the world. If you're basing, we don't deal with like that urban sprawl of people. Like if you go to like a city like Atlanta, a 2-mile drive takes you 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Same with Boston. Last week I was in Boston. And, it's 32 minutes left and it's a mile away.
Yeah, I know.
Because of the traffic that's going on. Your conspiracy theory, might sound interesting to begin with, but then you're like, that doesn't even make sense. You just don't realize how many people there are in the world.
I sometimes think that these, that the origin of a lot of these conspiracy theories are coming from, ramshackled shacks in the middle of nowhere where there are no people, and they've taken themselves practically off the grid except for the Wi-Fi connection they have
to make the video
for their laptop,
right.
and that's about it. But you're absolutely right. There's really no connection to the outside world. I mean, if you spent even like an hour in New York City, you're like, where are all these people coming from? And are they actually human beings? Well, yeah. Depending on what neighborhood you're in, yes.
There's 9 million people that live in New York City. There's 9 million.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of people. We don't experience that type of population crowding. even going into Hartford or going into out of Bradley Airport, yeah, it's a fairly busy airport, but it's nowhere near as busy as like an O'Hare or a Newark or a JFK or any of those
the
places.
The busiest we get in Western Mass is probably the road race or the St. Patrick's Day parade or one of the bars in the month of March in Holyoke.
But even like what was it? Was it Friday? I think it was Friday. What was I doing Friday? Oh yeah, I was going along. I was coming down this area to go to the Elks Club over here on Tiffany Street.
Sure.
So I had to be there for 5 o'clock. Well, between 4 and 5, the traffic is heavier on I-91, and it took me like an extra 8 minutes to get to the Elks Club over here. But it didn't bother me because I'm like, I was thinking about that then. I'm like, we're so lucky we don't have to deal with traffic like they do in major cities like that, taking you that long to get there. I mean, this is like a walk in the park, and I don't think I've ever – it had to have been a major accident to be stuck in traffic on I-91 that long. You know what I mean? I'm sure people have been. I know people have been when they remember when that unfortunate tanker accident years ago where the entire highway was closed down. But – that doesn't happen very often around here.
I was driving down Wilbraham Road, heading into East Forest Park.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, look at all this traffic. Where are all these people coming from? It's taking me a full 3 minutes to get from like to Plumtree Road. What's going on here? This is an outrage. It's like, dude, that would have taken you 6 hours if you were in Atlanta or Chicago or New York. And, and we bellyache about being delayed by as much as 2 minutes.
Yeah, we got it pretty damn easy around here. Going to the Route 10 Tire listener line, by the way, 413-293-1021. Bax is correct about not taking a lot of cow to make a burger, usually just the tip and the end. When McDonald's says, when McDonald's says it's 100% beef, they're not lying about that. It's just not the part of the beef that you would normally make a hamburger with.
It could be any part of the cow.
Ever get a little piece of bone fragment in like one of your double cheeseburgers or
sometimes?
Yeah, it's just mushed up meat. It's every part of the meat. It's not like they're using tenderloin to make your burger.
Yeah, I watch these Instagram reels all the time about people making like making like high-end hamburgers, and what they're doing is they're not grabbing like a pound of ground beef from the store. They're actually grinding a steak by themselves.
Yeah,
that's the only way to ensure that you're getting the exact kind of meat you want for a burger.
Getting the meat
because you don't know where on the cow that's coming from.
Somebody said North Elm Butcher Block in Westfield has a pretty good burger off the food truck, but pretty much everything off that truck is good. I've had their steak and cheese before. It's actually very good. So is the 7B's burgers. They've been making that's what they specialize in over there is the hand pressed fresh beef patties, and my favorite is I like a Big Mac from McDonald's, but I don't want to eat at McDonald's. But they have a Mac Biggie, which is like.
And it's
very similar to
fresher meat, better ingredients. It's not mass produced,
right?
The thing about fast food is you can pretty much guarantee it's always going to taste pretty much the same.
Yeah,
I mean, McDonald's burgers have not changed that dramatically over the last 50 years. Where you say, well, this is totally different than what it used to be. Nah, it's pretty much the same.
The fries have definitely changed. Like when they used to fry them in the beef fat, and then all the vegans got all ticked off, and then they had to change it to vegetable oil. Somebody said, I want to see the CEO of Ticketmaster try to buy tickets for an event on his own website.
Now I like that idea.
Hey, I'd like to see our CEO make 3 videos a day. I don't see any TikToks being flown out by, what's the guy's name?
Sir.
No, what's his name? Doesn't he have a name?
Yeah, he has his name.
What is it?
Chris.
Chris what? What? I mean, what's his name?
Forgy.
Okay, because where's Chris Forgy? How come he's not putting out 3 videos
He's busy. He's running a bunch of radio stations.
He's telling other people to put out 3 videos a day.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess so. I would like to see more CEOs do things. What else would you like to see?
Well, I like the idea of the Ticketmaster guy because everyone can complain about that. But I'd like to see someone who's running some sort of service, a guy who's running a major corporation where like customer service involves this convoluted, phone circular type of thing. I'd like to see someone try to get tech support from a major technology company like Apple. Well, you ever tried to like talking to Apple?
Yeah.
Like calling them? Very hard. I like to see the CEO of CVS trying to call a branch to talk to somebody at CVS.
Oh, yeah, like to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever happened to the Undercover Boss show? Don't they have that anymore?
I think they still do. That show proved to a lot of CEOs exactly how messed up their business is on the ground floor. You know, they may be making profits, they may be doing fine, but until you understand what's going on at the store level, at the employee level, I don't think you get a real understanding of what kind of business you're really operating. I love the concept of that show.
But I also think that's all theatrics as well, because it's trying to say, oh, no, we here at Shake Shack, actually, we care about our employees. But they're really just doing it for the show. Do you think those problems don't continue to happen after the show is over? You know, it's posturing. It's to say that you. It may be
eye opening, but there may be some financial considerations that make it impossible for them to do certain things at a Shake Shack, especially when you consider how much Shake Shack is growing as a company.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, right now they're seeing dollars and cents. They're not so worried about whether you're shake separated.
I'd like to see the CEO of Applebee's eat a cheeseburger egg roll and not gag. Or not have botulism.
Now you're asking for the impossible.
I know.
It's 7:24 with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102. 7:30 with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Freedom Credit Union. Freedom is yours. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. I'm really disappointed in the youth of this generation. In Amherst, this year's Blarney blowout ended with way fewer arrests, way fewer ambulance calls, and a plan to keep it that way.
Oh, my God.
Western Mass News was getting answers on what worked to keep this year's celebration from getting out of control. Blarney blowout is typically a day that local police and firefighters circle on the calendar. This year, they say the crowd still came out for Saturday's party, but thanks to extra planning and options for students, it wasn't as destructive as previous years.
Well, what's the fun of that?
I know. In the past years, the event has led to a spike in arrests and medical calls. Town officials say the large, unsanctioned gathering would start at the Townhouse of Amherst condominiums on Meadow Street before moving closer to downtown. This time around, UMass said 2,000 students opted for Blarney alternatives.
Oh, my God.
At the same time, Amherst Police, UMass Police, state police, fire crews, and community responders were all staged in advance, bringing in extra officers and ambulances prior to any calls, just in case the crowds got out of control. Senior Jameson Lodge told Western Mass News he could absolutely feel that presence.
Steve, I believe it's pronounced UMass.
You see the shorts they sell? It says ass on the back of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that is actually UMass.
Ass.
You know, I understand that every college campus, because of liability issues or what have you, they don't want a big blowout that results in injuries, hospitalizations, and arrests. Yeah. I understand that. But as a college student, that's exactly what I want out of my college experience. I'm going to be paying top dollar, even at the state university level.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be spending top dollar of my parents' hard-earned money, I want to have the option of being arrested for drunken, disorderly behavior.
Yeah. These kids aren't doing it, though. They said that the policing this year was definitely ramped up outside of the townhouses alone. There were probably 200 to 300 cops that I was able to just witness, one person said. By the end of the day, police reported 14 arrests and 16 summonses.
I am ashamed of you people.
Mostly for disorderly conduct and alcohol. 14 arrests, 16 summonses, 20 medical transports. Fire officials say, that was the 20 medical. To compare, in 2025, there were 29 arrests, 8 summonses, 23 medical reports, and there were, in 2024, there were 18 arrests, 50 citations, and 21 ambulance trips. But years ago, it was like in the hundreds.
Let's try to put this into a proper perspective. There were 31,786 students at UMass and Amherst.
Yeah.
And you only had how many arrests?
What did I say?
11?
20.
20?
14. 14 arrests, 20 medical transports.
Come on.
Yeah. One student said, yeah, partially I think a lot of the hospital's visits had to do with the Borg. That's the blackout rage gallon trend that I believe has just faded away. Yeah, you know what? Tommy from Dorchester doesn't do this anymore. He's 48 years old.
Yeah.
He just graduated last year, went back to his stomping grounds, and these kids don't know how to party at all. So now I'm sitting at Chili's on Route 9 in Hadley with a big-ass beer telling stories of yesteryear.
Beer? How'd you afford that? You got like a fake ID or something? I'm sitting here drinking alcohol-free juice boxes that I got at the Whole Foods.
This is bullshiznit is what this is. Well, these kids have no spunk left in them anymore.
Instead, I'm drinking high-protein smoothies.
And Bud Lights at Chili's.
Well, yeah, but that's only on the weekends when I have my fake ID.
You know they don't serve shots at Chili's. I have to bring in my own nips. I don't have the energy I used to have anymore.
I haven't puked in 6 months. I feel like I've wasted my college education.
You know, ever since my girlfriend Darlene died in that accidental alcohol overdose 2 years ago.
Oh my God, this became the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, we used to have a lot of fun around here at UMass. Not anymore. Very dark and depressing. Nobody knows how to have a good time anymore. They're all enjoying the medical marijuana because they're a bunch of lightweights.
You know what this has forced us to do? Get an education.
Oh, God.
For crying out loud. That's not what I went to college for.
So they also offered trips to skiing trips to Berkshire East for snowboarding, New York City for Broadway shows.
Oh, my God. This is the worst thing I've ever heard.
The New England Aquarium and on-campus events such as lacrosse and basketball games. They reached out to the town of Amherst Fire and Police at UMass.
That's UMass.
Sure it is. But all declined an on-camera interview. However,
because they don't want to be seen in public not having fun at college.
Even the cops are like, we got nothing to do.
What?
14 arrests. We do that on a weekly basis.
There's more than 14 people on a college dormitory floor. I mean, that's that.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, these kids, they just don't know how to party like they did in the old days. However, both police and fire officials say they plan to use their increased police presence as a model going forward.
Steve, back in my college day, we could have a party of 500 people and there'd only be 14 people that weren't arrested that night.
What a bunch of disappointing children.
You must be a humiliation to your parents.
Yeah.
I know you would be if you were my kids.
Imagine arriving at the airport 5 hours early and still missing your flight. That's what happened to a local family this week. This comes amid the long wait times at multiple airports. The TSA says it's due to their agents not being paid amid a partial government shutdown. On Monday, Western Mass News spoke with Suffield resident Mike Doobie, who says he arrived at the Houston Hobby Airport almost 5 hours before their scheduled flight home on Sunday. He even says with that much prep time, security lines were so long that he and his sons missed their flight home by 15 minutes.
Oh, my God.
It was mind-boggling. The line was in front of where the ticket agents were, literally downstairs, snaked around baggage claim. We went outside for a period of time and then back up through the entrance to get the beginning of normal TSA line. Now,
that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And I don't know. I don't even know what to believe anymore. Because here I have my sister who's a flight attendant.
Yeah.
And I was like, it must be like, hard with all these. And she's like, it's non-existent. At least at Newark Airport, it's non-existent.
And Newark's a pretty busy airport.
Yeah. And she said, yeah, they're a little bit longer, but it's not like this ridiculous thing that they're describing on the news. Where are we? Where are we with getting information from places and people being so, I saw it on the news, it's got to be true?
You're not getting into the security line until you've checked your baggage, right? So if the airline knows that baggage has been checked in,
yeah,
and there's a delay at the security line, they don't leave the gate.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah,
that happened to me. I don't know. It was 7 years ago. When did I go? I went to Vegas back in 2018.
Sure.
And the line was very long. It was 5:00 in the morning on a Sunday morning, and the line was, way long. And the plane was delayed. The plane delays by minutes if they know that you've already checked your bag in. They're not going to leave without you, unless you purposely don't. They know that you've checked into TSA too because of the scanners on the thing. Once they see that you've checked into that.
If you're still in the line at TSA,
yeah,
and you haven't checked through that, I just don't get this. To me, it's bogus.
Because think about where we get our information from anymore. You cannot rely on anything.
No.
Think about the thing I was telling you yesterday, even locally. 22 News talking about the Huntington Fire Department helping clear out a flood from a garage, it would look like more of like a commercial garage,
right?
That it did, and then they say yes, and they also saved a horse from the icy waters. But the Huntington Fire Department clearly said on their Facebook page. It was a tongue-in-cheek thing. It was like we rescued a toy horse from the garage.
But that's the whole clickbait thing of journalism.
Yeah, but I don't even think that's clickbait. That's somebody not even paying attention to what the original post said. All they're doing is reposting the picture that they found on Facebook. They're not even going out there.
Yeah, but I can see a situation where to clickbait a story, they say, they also rescued a horse. Then you read the story, you realize it wasn't a real horse.
But
it was
even
a toy
the
horse.
story didn't say that it was a toy
That's right,
horse.
Right.
So I don't even know what to believe anymore. I don't even know if I believe this guy.
I don't even know if I believe your news half the time.
I'm not the journalist. I'm just reading the story.
I don't think anyone's citing you as a credible source. And that's not your fault.
No one should. Yeah, somebody said 0 issues. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's almost like people put out news stories to start destroying the economy on purpose because they're trying to deter people from actually buying airline tickets and then traveling across the country. Doesn't that kind of seem like that's the way it is sometimes?
What you probably don't know is maybe this guy did miss his flight, but not because he was stuck in the TSA line.
Yeah.
He was probably at the airport bar getting loaded on $30 beers.
And then you know what it is? Once he realized, you got 2 minutes to board. Then he's like, I got to go to Sbarro's. And then the line at Sbarro's was so long.
They don't check your ticket for that.
And while he then gets the piece of Sbarro crappy pizza and even a chicken parm. I'm sure the chicken parm at Sbarro is absolutely delicious.
I'm not sure about that.
Then he missed the plane. Who knows what's real?
I don't believe anything. I mean, none of that story makes any sense whatsoever.
It's hard to believe a lot of things that come out in the news. Really? No. Most of it's made up. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, sunny today with a high of 74. Tomorrow, Rainy with a high of 61. It's 38 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:48, and AC/DC with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be sunny today. Nice day. High of 74. Tomorrow, not so nice. Rainy with a high of 61. It is 38 right now in downtown Springfield.
Bacon and Brews is coming back Sunday, April 19th. You want to have a good time? You want to have a really good time? Bacon and Brews, noon to 3. A bacon and craft beer bash that you're not going to want to miss. Your admission includes a full spread of bacon-inspired bites created by the Log Cabin chefs. There's a cash bar, great selection of craft beers to match every taste, live local music, great food, great beer, everything you need for a perfect Sunday. Early bird tickets are on sale now at rock102.com. Grab yours before the price goes up, and it will. You got to be over 21 with a positive ID to enter. Bacon and Brews presented by Curry Honda Chicopee, Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements, and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
You know, there's a lot of people on those GLPT. What is it? What do they call those things? Like the Ozempics and Wegovy's and stuff. But there are still people who do like the gastric bypass or the sleeves or whatever. This lady, Helen Watson, says she started to feel unwell immediately after her gastric sleeve surgery at Medicana Health Group Clinic in Istanbul in September. See, what happens is a lot of people travel to other countries because the procedures are so much cheaper than they are here, and it's actually cheaper sometimes than paying for an actual insurance policy to do that. So she immediately started feeling unwell, but the clinic denies it did anything wrong, instead claiming Watson didn't follow her post-op plan. Alexandra Gordon, Watson's surgeon at Palmerston North Hospital, refutes Medicana's claims, saying in her view there's nothing Watson could have done to prevent her gastric sleeve leak and months of pain from this whole thing. Gordon, an upper gastrointestinal and bariatric surgeon, spent 6 hours operating on Watson.
I can say that even if she had gone and eaten a cheeseburger after her original operation, it wouldn't have caused the problems that I found during the surgery, which was scarring and a lack of blood supply to the top of the stomach.
Is that how Dr. Now sounds now?
I don't know. That's not Dr. Now, Dr. Gordon.
Yeah.
Watson traveled to Turkey for the weight loss surgery. She says she knew something wasn't right immediately, and shortly after her return to New Zealand, she saw her general practitioner, who sent her straight to the hospital. She ended up spending almost 2 months there, undergoing 6 smaller operations before last month's major corrective surgery. She said she's claiming, and so are the doctors in New Zealand, that they removed the entire stomach. They didn't leave.
Oh my God!
They basically just connected. It's like, taking out the middleman and connecting the two hoses together without going through the processing tank.
How can she digest anything?
Well, she said she was immediately ill almost after the thing, and they're like, no, we did everything right. I think you might be missing a piece.
Like the stump, like the most important part.
The part that actually processes the food to go through the rest of the body. It's supposed to just make your stomach smaller so you eat less. That's
it depends which procedure you're having. I mean, if you're having like the lap band or whatever.
Yeah, she didn't have the band. This was the actual, removing of parts. What do? They remove they remove part of the stomach, don't they? Or shrink it down somehow? Or
I don't remember the exact. I don't remember how every procedure is done, but yeah, I think there is something that removes at least part of it.
Yeah. I would never do a surgery like this.
I know people who have had it and have done very well on it, but I also know people who have had it, that because they didn't modify their eating patterns, they wound up gaining a lot of the weight back.
That's what they're saying, but she didn't gain any weight back. She hasn't been able to eat anything.
She's not going to gain any weight.
She's been on IV liquids.
Oh my God, that's awful.
Oh God.
I mean, you run great risk with any surgical procedure. I mean, it's just a fact. But this is just negligence. I mean, you have bariatric surgeons removing a stomach.
Yeah.
That's like, that's like you're doing this for the very first time.
In Istanbul.
Which was once Constantinople. And having to fly from, Istanbul to New Zealand, what's that going to run you? Probably a lot more than your deductible.
Why did they change the name of Istanbul or from Constantinople?
Well, that's no one's business but the Turks.
Which should be our business too.
Well, it's not. It's not our business. It's no one's business but the Turks.
Yeah, I'll just keep trying to do my. I know it's not for everybody. I know that what I do is not made for somebody else, and people do need help with, the drugs or the surgeries and all that stuff. But me personally, I wouldn't be doing any of that stuff because I'm afraid of long-term effects of medication that I don't know. And I know that people are, GLP-1s have been around since, the 70s or something like that. But I also don't want to get dependent on something like that.
Well,
because I know me. Again, it's a personal thing. I know me. It's more about me not eating donuts and changing my diet in order to not gain more weight.
But there are certain people whose physiology lacks certain proteins.
No, and I get that, and that's why I'm saying my personal choice because I wouldn't want to go do the body modification thing with the surgery route as well.
I mean, what they're finding with the GLP-1s is, while weight loss and diabetes is certainly affected by it, but it's also taking care of like a lot of inflammatory diseases, and it's helping people in other ways.
Yeah.
So in a way, while there are risks to any medication and side effects to nearly anything, there are some people that have whose lives have been saved as a result of this, as opposed to all the public scorn they get for taking it. It's not just purely out of vanity that people are taking these things.
But this lady who had no stomach, man, you look fantastic.
I've gone down 5 sizes in my pants, and I feel terrific.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't hold down solid food, but I feel like I've really lost at least a good 10 years off my life.
I felt like I also lost an extra 5 pounds. Yeah, that was your stomach alone.
Yeah.
That was 5 pounds that you no longer have carrying around with you all day long.
What an awful story.
Ugh.
Actually, Istanbul is where a lot of people, they're doing like a lot of procedures in Turkey for things like hair restoration. There's guys going to like Turkey to get like hair implants because apparently it's fairly successful.
Speaking of the portion of the population of people who do those surgeries and take the drugs that do it for the sole purpose of I need to modify myself to make myself look better. I never really got on that bandwagon of doing that because frankly, there are too many people out there that don't even need it, that pay astronomical amounts of money in order to get this drug to lose weight. But when you're talking medical need versus I'm just going to take it because I can and I can afford it.
Right. Well, that's one of the reasons why most insurance doesn't cover it.
Yeah.
But there are people that could use it for medical purposes that are having a hard time getting it covered by insurance too, and that I think is ridiculous.
What did Trump call it? He called it the fatty drug or something like that.
Well,
he said, the fatty drug. We only take the fatty drug. We're going to get the fatty drug down so it's no cost to any, hardly any cost. I don't know if you're calling it the fatty drug.
Yeah, well,
there are medical purposes to this whole thing.
It takes time to get past the stigma of certain things.
Yeah. But I can't get on the bandwagon of doing something just for the sole purpose of modifying myself. Same with the hair thing. Like I haven't had hair. I haven't had a full head of hair since I was 25 years old.
Right.
I'm not about to go start taking Rogaine or even going to a place to get a hair transplant. I'll just take the insults of my video yesterday when we're sitting under the lights going, you need sunglasses just to watch the glare off your head, Nagle.
All right. See, now...
I don't know why that sounded like Hawkman a little bit.
It wasn't really Hawkman who probably said that. But nevertheless, if you're that kind of person that thinks that's hilarious...
I don't... Well,
then I don't... Keep it to yourself.
No, but here's the thing. I know I've lost weight because the focus has shifted off my my tubby... man boobs
to
the you're bald and you have a pointy head.
No kidding.
Because I'm so insecure about myself that I need to point out other people's abnormalities.
Yeah. So I'm going to send you a message with no profile picture.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
right.
no way to identify the person that just criticized how you look.
Yeah. Losers.
Thanks for nothing. It's 7:58 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rock 102. And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Well, folks, good news. The Patriots have narrowed down their search for a new wide receiver to replace Stephon Diggs. The bad news is it happened when the guy they wanted decided to stay put. Yesterday, the Indianapolis Colts re-signed wide receiver Alec Pierce to a fat free agent contract that will pay him $114 million over the next 4 years. That's good for $28.5 million per season, which I should point out is about $7 million more than they would have paid had they kept Stephon Diggs. So why is this good news for the Patriots? It's not. Because you see, unless there's somebody else out there who's willing to work for less, then the Patriots may feel compelled to go all in on putting together a trade for A.J. Brown of the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the problem with that. Without Alec Pierce, the Patriots are now more desperate than ever to get a top-tier wide receiver. You know who else is aware of this? The Philadelphia Eagles. Suddenly, that alleged first and fifth round pick that they were hoping to get may no longer be good enough compensation for an A.J. Brown. Because you see, the Eagles don't really have to trade the guy at all. And while A.J. Brown and Mike Vrabel have a great relationship over the years, that doesn't mean jack squat if the asking price keeps going up. Now, obviously, there are other free agents out there. That's why they picked up former Jets offensive lineman Elijah Vera Tucker with a 3-year, $42 million contract, grabbed Buffalo's fullback Reggie Gilliam to a 3-year, $12 million deal, and Ravens linebacker Draymond Jones on a 3-year, $39.5 million contract. But none of those guys are wide receivers. That means if the Patriots really want to get A.J. Brown, it's going to cost them big time. And why is that? Well, I'd like to say it's because the Philadelphia Eagles are a miserable franchise run by a bunch of gutless, cold-hearted bastards, and they are. But in this situation, they're simply trying to get the most value from a team that's suddenly become more desperate than they were 24 hours ago. And in the same situation, the Patriots will be asking for the same exact thing because they're cold-hearted bastards too. But hey, sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Get the Rocky sales flyer and take a look at the March tool deals from Milwaukee, Craftsman, and DeWalt. I'm looking at the flyer online. You can see the deals of the Rockies app, or pick up a good old-fashioned paper copy at your local Rockies store. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Fields Classic Rock. It's 8:11 and Van Halen with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102.
It is going to be a nice sunny day today with a high of 74. Tomorrow, not so nice. Rainy with a high of 61. Snow on Thursday.
Come on.
But like flurries, not, it's 53 degrees. The low is going to be 26, so you'll probably have that like slush mix in between.
Oh, my God.
It's 38 right now in downtown Springfield.
74 today, and a chance of flurries on Thursday.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's
Mother Nature being a big
jerk.
Jerk. She is sometimes.
Since we are in Longmeadow now.
Yes.
We should do some Longmeadow news. A judge denied a move by Rebecca Rory Woods to get a court-appointed lawyer, noting she has fired 4 before and filed a lawsuit accusing one of racketeering. Your behavior with them could reasonably be inferred to be abusive, Springfield District Court Judge Mary Beth Oglowitz told Woods on Monday, the day her trial was set to begin. She was the former beekeeper who was charged with unleashing a swarm of them on a group of law enforcement officials attempting to execute an eviction at a $1 million home in Longmeadow in 2022. $1 million home in Longmeadow? What is that, like a 2-room shack? A housing activist, Woods has largely acted as her own attorney for the past year.
That's smart.
Remember that, what was that? Was it the Long Island Railroad killer?
Colin Ferguson.
Who represented himself?
Yes.
And they're like, could you describe what the he's like cross-examining people, and he's like, could you describe what the perpetrator looked like? He looked like you.
In fact, he may have actually been you.
Yeah, Woods, she's doing a previous trial date was scuttled after Woods went on the lam the day it was set to begin. She was tracked subsequently to a motel in Tennessee and taken into custody. She fled over a B release. The new trial date is now April 13th. Although, 413. There you go.
Look at that.
Though a queue of prospective jurors were at the ready on Monday, the judge postponed the trial because the 57-year-old Woods did not have access to her case files at the Franklin County House of Correction. Woods' assertion was confirmed by Hamden DA attorney Blake McConnell. The judge ordered that Woods have ready access to all potential evidence in the case so she can wage an effective defense on her own behalf. She also signaled that she intended to call at least 2 defense witnesses in her case. They include the 2 homeowners.
Homeowners is what?
What? Oh, you got me, Bax. Who experienced evictions like Woods herself had. She made a request to compensate a friend who has limited knowledge of criminal law and is not attorney to aid in her defense. Oglewitz declined to make a ruling.
None of the bees will be called to testify?
I don't think so. No. Woods made a fleeting effort to reach a plea deal in the case, which folded as she said she could not understand the paperwork presented to her because she's not a lawyer. And this is why you need a lawyer to explain these things to you. The trial is expected to last 1 week, with the Hamden County Sheriff's deputies testifying that they had been stung during the incident. So there you go. Well, it's another postponed trial in the beekeeper lady.
You know, this is one of those stories where I didn't realize that Longmeadow had a big beekeeping population, but to train these bees to go after, people trying to evict somebody.
Yeah,
those are well-trained bees. I don't know how you train bees like that.
I don't think they're trained that way. I think that once you release them and they feel threatened, then that's when they start stinging people.
All right, so
that's why the beekeepers wear that suit. That's what she's wearing in the arrest photo.
Yes, I understand that, and bees are valuable, and I wouldn't have just let the bees out just to make a point. I mean, maybe this individual deserve to be evicted. I don't know the situation.
She needs to mind her own beeswax is what she needs to do.
Yes.
I didn't realize she had fled. That must have been after the initial arrest because they did arrest her that day that she released the bees. So
yes.
She must have went to Tennessee. I'm leaving.
Is that what they found? Was it Tennessee?
Yeah, it's at a motel in Tennessee.
Wow, that's really wanting to get away.
It takes a lot of, it doesn't seem like that serious of a charge. I mean, to be fleeing the state for.
Well,
it's not like you're wanted on a felony murder charge and you went across state lines.
She's still a fugitive from justice.
I guess so.
If you're being charged with anything, and you bolt out of town, I mean, you're a fugitive. I don't know if she made the top 10 most wanted in Longmeadow, but I'm pretty sure they were looking for her.
Yeah. How do you present yourself in a women's jail facility? Hey, you got some pretty harsh broads over there. Stabbings, shootings, car thefts.
Yeah, what are you in for?
I released a bunch of bees on some sheriff's deputies.
Oh, back off.
I don't know how you're going to get any street cred with that.
You get a lot of street cred.
With the bee population? Or with the inmates at the women's correctional facility?
I don't know. What kind of time is she looking at for this?
I can't imagine it's more than a short stint at the Hamden County House of Correction. The very sheriff's officers who arrested her, but
right.
I guess she's been in Franklin County.
But if you have been, if you're on the lam,
yeah,
even for a misdemeanor charge of attacking someone with bees, all of a sudden you're going to be spending a little bit more time. And if you had just accepted your arrest and gone through the process,
I'm guessing she's probably at Franklin County because of the sheriff's officers that she attacked were from Hampden County, so they're not going to put you in the same facility as a conflict of interest to be held in a facility where they are the plaintiffs in the case.
True, but I don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
All I know is if you're being arrested and you make a run for it,
yeah,
you're looking at harder time than if you just accepted it.
Yeah.
Because you probably would have paid nothing more than a small bail, maybe a fine, and that would have been the end of it.
That would have been the end.
But then you go to Tennessee and have to be, extradited back to Massachusetts to face the consequences of your vicious attack with bees. Someone could have been allergic to bees. That could have been a attack with a deadly weapon at that point.
Again, though, going back to your own defense, unless you studied law, because there are people out there who are knowledgeable of the law and how court systems work. I'm not one of those people. I would have to hire a lawyer in order to make a defense.
You know what I think a lot of people don't understand, especially the people that want to defend themselves in court? When you're arrested and they tell you have the right to remain silent, anything you say could be held against you in a court of law, you can't afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. There are some people who say, well, I'm never going to get good justice from a court, appointed attorney. Well, you know what? You'll get better justice with that than you'll get trying to defend yourself in a room full of lawyers and judges and maybe a jury.
I wonder if the witness that she's going to hire that doesn't really know much about the law is a bee.
That's what I said.
The bees. But I mean, to read could you read, I'm sorry, to the court clerk, could you read that back? I see. I missed that third buzz.
Sure. Imagine if the beesman, gets charged for perjury because he was giving you wrong buzzes.
Yeah, I think you missed a key piece of information.
I don't think this bee knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, well, he's not qualified. But she did have some. What does she pay him in? What does she pay the bee in? She said she had some funds.
Yeah,
to pay.
I have no idea.
Pay him in honey.
They make their own.
Yeah, I guess.
What's a bee gonna do with a jar of honey?
What's a bee gonna do with like $20?
Not much.
You can't just walk into a bee doesn't just fly into a restaurant and say, bzz, bzz, and then, he gets a latte from Starbucks.
This whole case stinks.
Yeah. Well, here you go. That was just something that killed the time this morning.
It's so great to be here in town and part of the community. 821 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. Rock 7 and Eric Clapton with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Sunny today with a high of 74. It is 38 right now in downtown Springfield.
I don't know if you were aware of this, Steve, but today is a Shop Tuesday here at Rock 102. This morning at 9 o'clock, if you go to rock102.com, you can save 30% off to the Gray Fox Bluegrass Festival. It's East Coast premier bluegrass festival, 5 days of music, 6 stages filled with the very best bluegrass, newgrass, and roots musicians, workshops, dancing, and camping, and Gray Fox famous round-the-clock jam sessions. That starts at 9 o'clock in the Shop 30 store at rock102.com. Don't miss out. Great event. You'll have a great time.
That sounds pretty good.
Actually, it does kind of sound fun.
Where is it again?
The Gray Fox Bluegrass Festival. I'll have to look up exactly where they're doing it. Let me look that. Let me do some quick Googling. And that is going to be, Oak Hill, New York.
Oh, okay.
So not that far away.
Oh, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And they got a hell of a lineup of bluegrass stars.
Bluegrass stars.
Yes, the biggest names in bluegrass.
Hold on. Bluegrass musicians. You'll hear the likes of Bill Monroe, Flat and Scruggs, the Stanley Brothers, Billy Strings, Molly Tuttle, and Alison Krauss I've heard of before. Key figures also include Del McCurry, Ricky Skaggs, Bella Fleck, and bands like Green Sky Bluegrass and the Inflamate String Dusters.
Actually, that's a really cool lineup.
That's what I'm saying.
That's really cool.
Well, Bill Monroe's dead.
Yeah,
I think it's
but-
the likes of Bill Monroe.
Yeah, but Bella Fleck, that's cool.
Yeah.
Alison Krauss, those are awesome. Great names.
By the way, Bowser is not dead.
Yeah, I thought he had died, but then I guess I was wrong.
Well, he died inside when Shana Na wouldn't let him back and he'd take his music rights with him.
Maybe that's what I was confused about, because I think he was unceremoniously tossed out or quit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Oh, well.
Makes you think, though.
It sure does. It certainly does. 8:30, we have news coming up next on Rock 102. 8:33, we're back. Oh, hey, no. On Rock 102, it's time for...
It's time for Sounder.
Yes.
Welcome to Rock and Roll on Rock 102.
Brought to you by Freedom Credit Union. Freedom is yours. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
It's Weenie in the butt.
We got that right.
Yeah, that's what we got going on here. Let's see. Where did I... they're talking about the Springfield DPW this morning. The Springfield DPW has announced they'll be dedicating an extra crew to respond to pothole repairs around the city. Where are you going to find 8 extra guys to stand around one other guy while he fills that hole?
Sure. Good luck finding that.
Due to brutal winter conditions, the past few months many roads have taken a beating. Now, as the weather starts to improve, crews are working to repair the extensive damage to our roadways. Western Mass News spoke with Springfield DPW Director Chris Signoli, who said that even with the extra crews, repairs will take time.
Everything is not going to be fixed in 2 days. It's going to take us a while to get these things. Just don't post something on social media.
Okay, can I
Get it into 311, he explains.
Can I just say something?
What?
I know Chris Signoli.
Yeah.
I've known him for a long time. I know his wife. They're both very nice people.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound anything like Sharon Osbourne.
Never met the guy. Don't know what he sounds like.
Yeah.
This is my perception. It's all in the eye of the beholder.
Chris is an everyday type of guy. Wonderful man, like Chris Signoli. His wife, absolutely lovely. But that's not how he sounds.
If you do see any potholes that need repair in Springfield,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
can reach out to the 311 call center at 413-736-3111 to report it.
Yeah, again, Chris is not like an overly dramatic guy. I mean, he's a little bit more stoic than that. And he has no theatrical British affect.
Frankly, Bax, until these folks introduce them to themselves to me, and then I will continue just doing my take on what these folks sound like.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm just trying to tell you, on a professional level, that sounds nothing like him.
A woman deemed by an airline to be too intoxicated to fly was arrested by officers at an airport. According to New Haven police, they identified the 44-year-old as Kristen Powers of Southbury. Police said the incident happened on Sunday at Tweed, New Haven Airport around 4:50 p.m. They said they were advised that there were multiple intoxicated people inside of a terminal. At an airport? Come
Really? I've never seen such a thing.
The group dispersed, but Powers remained. Police said she was advised multiple times that the airline was not allowing her to fly because of her level of intoxication, and she was instructed to leave the premises. Police said Powers was belligerent and argumentative, so they arranged a ride for her. However, they said they were called back to the building because of her behavior. They said that officers and Tweed staff continued to try to de-escalate the situation and convince her to leave. She totally told officers to
Arrest me and place me under arrest.
I don't know this woman, but I'm going to assume she sounds nothing like Springfield DPW Director Chris Signoli.
I think she sounds exactly, especially when she's intoxicated. She was impersonating him.
Okay. No,
You can't
me from the Tweed Airport in New Haven.
I've never been to Tweed, so I don't really know what it's like inside. I don't know if there's a bar or like a restaurant that serves alcohol before your flight. I just never been there, so it's hard for me to say for sure. But if you're drunk at an airport and you get on the plane and your drunken behavior disrupts anybody on that plane, you know what awaits you when you get off that plane? Police. They arrest you, especially if you start acting up on the plane.
She couldn't even get on the plane. She didn't even get that far.
You got to be really drunk to not get on the flight.
How much pre-gaming do you do before a flight? I mean, most people, that's why they give you the double. They offer you the double at the airport.
Right.
Yeah, it's $9 for this one single shot.
But $37 for a double.
That's right. Wouldn't you like, it's a deal.
I once fell for that. And I regretted it.
Did you get shiznit housed on the airplane?
No, I didn't. I had the offer. I had a layover, and it was like 3 or 4 hours of a layover.
Yeah.
And I went to a bar, and it was like a fairly early morning layover. Like I had a 6 o'clock flight, but I was laid over in like 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever the hell it was. And so I got a Bloody Mary, and the guy said, "Yeah, we can give you the Bloody Mary for like $10, but for a few bucks more, I can get you a double." Well, he didn't explain to me what a few bucks more was until he said, "That'll be $26, please." I'm like, that's not a few bucks more. That's more than double what you were giving me.
As much as the alcoholic in me loved the Bloody Mary, I still drink the Virgin Bloody Marys because
still delicious.
There's something about tomato juice and horseradish sauce, or horseradish in the sauce, not horseradish. I don't know. That'd be kind of gross, like a horseradish mayo in your Bloody Mary.
Yep.
But there's something about that. It's kind of like having a breakfast.
It's a drink and a snack at the same time.
Yeah, because you get the olives and all that stuff. And I told you, my late wife used to bring her own decorations. I have pictures of this.
I've seen the pictures
with the shrimp and the bacon, and she'd bring it onto the airplane. Obviously, legally, you couldn't bring your own nips on the plane, but she would get the free. The included tomato juice, the Bloody Mary mix, and then she'd pour the,
magic.
What's the statute of limitations on a dead woman pouring Bloody Marys on a federal airline?
I think she's beyond the point where she can get prosecuted.
Yeah, but and people were in awe. They were jealous. They're like, how the hell? Look at this guy eating like a king on the plane, his breakfast in the morning as this family goes to Florida with their children.
Let me ask you this. Because I like a Bloody Mary too, and I'm not drinking anymore. But I mean, at the time,
who's this Mary, by the way?
I don't know. Have you ever tried the Caesar cocktail? Do you know what that is?
No. What is that? Is that with Caesar dressing in it?
No.
Oh.
That
would be kind of gross.
This is going to sound terrible, but it's a Bloody Mary, but rather than with tomato juice, it's made with clamato.
Ooh, clamato.
And while that sounds, clamato is tomato juice and clam juice mixed together. It's actually delicious.
See, that's not a bad combination.
No.
Because that actually makes sense. But clam juice on its own, like, I wouldn't be drinking that.
No, you
got to mix it with the tomato thing. It's kind of like eating a clam pasta dish. What do they call that with the mussels?
Yeah.
Like what is that?
It's like spaghetti and linguine and clam sauce.
Yeah, there you go.
But you never see like a guy running like the Boston Marathon, and after he crosses the finish line says, "Oh, I got to rehydrate. Get me a bottle of clam juice." No one's ever saying that.
Yeah.
But if you're at a bar and they're offering the Caesar cocktail, don't run away from it until you tried it.
What was the episode of The Simpsons where Homer, he was outside of the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
This is obviously way before 9/11, but he was outside of the World Trade Center. They went to New York City, and he saw the guy selling. He's like, "Oh, what do you have to drink?" And he's like, "We have orange soda or clam juice." And he goes, "Yuck! Give me the clam juice." Like orange soda was so disgusting that he couldn't handle it. Clam juice isn't bad if used in the right way, like you said.
Like in
Caesar? Why do they call it a Caesar?
Because I don't think they want to call it a Bloody Mary with clam juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a Caesar cocktail. It's a masculine cocktail with snacks on it and a salted rim. But don't tell me you're going to pour clam juice in my cocktail. No one will ever get it.
Yeah, Bloody Mary does sound like a woman you want to stay away from.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, it's also a cocktail you'll want to stay away from. Because after a few of them, nothing but bad things happen.
I dated her in college at Bloody Mary.
Is that a fact, Steve?
Yeah. There was we didn't have arguments, just tense negotiations every 28 days. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is good. And now we have time for a guest about
perfect.
Empowering women. How about that?
That's perfect. Good timing.
Yeah, how about
Good
that?
timing.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today, sunny with a high of 74. It is 38 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:50 and Stone Temple Pilots of Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be nice and sunny today with a high of 74. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 61. It's 41 right now in downtown Springfield.
Really cool event coming up at the Springfield Symphony Hall on the 14th of March. The 4th annual Fearless Women's Awards will be announced, and there's a great show along with that. In the studio to talk about is Heather Case Roberts. Good to see you.
Hi, happy to be here.
Great. And she brought gifts because
I did.
housewarming gifts.
Yeah, our studio warming gifts. I also need to say I'm super excited to be one of, I hope, the first on this one. So my spit stays in it forever.
You are the first non-employee to be in the studio.
Oh, it's like a record. Can I get a picture on the wall?
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not.
All right, cool.
Actually, take the Sharpie and just write your name on it.
I should just start. We'll start a tradition. People just sign the walls now when they come in.
You know what? We should get like one
a
of
board
those
or something.
like a board that's obviously not damaging the walls for people to sign.
Yeah, we would never want to damage walls.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's an index card. Write your name down, and no matter. We'll figure something out.
This is perfect. We have a plan. We're starting it here.
Yeah. You are the first
today.
non-employee.
That's actually really cool. I'm actually kind of honored about that. Thanks, guys.
Well, hey, welcome.
And now we get to talk about amazing women in the Western Mass community at our 4th annual Fearless Women Awards. We started this 4 years ago, literally on a hope and a prayer, just hoping people would pay attention to us. We were just coming back out of COVID. We really wanted to engage the community. And here we are 4 years later. We had over 80 nominees sent in.
Wow.
Really, really incredible humans in our communities. These are women changing lives every day.
And there are 11 finalists here.
11, yes. That will be honored on stage and in a pre-event ceremony before the concert. We are honoring women for categories of bravery, advocacy, just perseverance, and these are the women that don't often get honored. These are the women that aren't out in front of TV cameras or in front of mics or doing all of these things. These are the women who are in schools who are fighting for causes behind the scenes, helping immigrants, children, elderly. It's really incredible. Reading the nominations was unreal.
So when you go through the nominations, I mean, what were you looking for specifically for the finalists?
So for us, we were really looking for authenticity, really genuine stories, people who didn't have a one-time moment of goodness, but people who are committed to really giving back and who have not always had the easiest time being able to accomplish what they were looking to do, but did not give up.
And this is also in conjunction with a great show that you got going on.
Yeah.
On the 14th, Gershwin and a Woman's Voice. Tell us about that.
So one of the things that I'm most excited about this program for is that one of the pieces that we'll be playing was written by Fanny Mendelssohn, and she was a composer in the 1800s. So being a woman composer in the 1800s was pretty much like, go screw yourself. She couldn't produce her music, she couldn't play it, and her pieces that were put out into the world had to be put out underneath her brother's name. So imagine writing a hit. Imagine a Beatles song, but it came out by the Squids because the Beatles were all men and only women could produce their music.
It'd be like if a Joni Mitchell released a song under Fred Johnson.
There you go. It's exactly it. It's that same exact thing. Because she was a female, her music was not good enough to put out into the world. So we're changing that this weekend. It's been around for over 150 years, and we are going to enlighten the world with it. And it feels really amazing that we get to do that underneath the baton of Maestra Mayan Chen, who's been with us multiple times. She's unreal.
Yeah.
And was here for the Godfather Suite in October and just like rocked.
It's amazing how history has lied to us about, a lot of like musical pieces and where they came from. And, you hear Beethoven, you hear, what's his name? Strauss. You know what I mean? You're hearing all these men's names in classical music. Johann Strauss. That's what I was thinking.
Right,
of.
yeah, that guy.
You hear all that, but you don't hear about folks like her who, had...
But it's interesting because that actually happened a lot, not just in music, but
So
in literature and all kinds of things where women were kind of
It's
so
still
marginalized.
happening now, if we're going to be really honest. I mean, look at the world around us. Like, we're not allowed to speak the way that everybody else is. We're not allowed to put ourselves out there because then we're too pushy or we're too this or we're too that. But if I was to relay the same message and my name was, Heath Roberts instead, people wouldn't even think twice about it. So I think there's something to be said about really trying to break those patterns and that history, because this piece, her overture is unreal. It's mind-blowing. You hear it and it's just dynamic, and there's this amazing pianist that will be there with us, and we're so lucky. And so it's time to keep putting all of these amazing humans up on a stage for everyone to see.
It's really a wonderful thing. You said this is the fourth year you've done it.
Yeah, it is.
What's been the reaction of the people that have gone for those first 3 years?
So it's really been very cool for anyone who's ever done any type of awards, a nomination, anything. It is the most stressful thing you can do because you just literally sit and hope that people care enough to participate in it. But then once you start to call the nominees and you let them know, because most of them had no idea that they were even nominated for this.
Oh, cool.
So the amount of shock, surprise, and just utter genuine appreciation is something that you can't fake and you can't beat. And I think that that's one of the best pieces of this. There have been women who we'll explain to them what it is, and they're like, that's not possible. That's not me. It's not why I do this. That's not, like, I can't believe somebody would nominate me. And it's just true awestruck from the moment they walk into Symphony Hall to the moment they sit in their seats.
I wish we had the kind of time to go through all 11.
Oh, me too.
Women. Unfortunately, we are short on a little bit short on time.
Are you sure, guys? Are you sure you're short? Because I could just talk for a while.
I'm sure you could.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
And that would be fine. But I mean, if someone wanted to find out who was nominated, they can go to the website.
We have them posted all over our social media pages. We have the entire full list on our website, springfieldsymphony.org. You can click on all these women's bios. You can see their photos. Our marketing manager at the Symphony, Kiara, has been doing amazing videos about each woman every single day. We're releasing one that gives a little bit of background. So go online and check them out there. And then buy a ticket. Honestly, buy a ticket and come and cheer these women on. Cheer the women in our orchestra on, because they are still fighting against it every single day. Cheer the women that are on stage on, and congratulate them for bringing goodness back into where we live, because it's needed more than ever. And buy a ticket and come support Fanny and her 150-year-old piece that never got enough credit, and let's change it. Let's rewrite it.
We're Symphony Hall, just in general, just buy a ticket.
Exactly, just come, because the fact, again, we have a symphony orchestra in Springfield, Massachusetts, is not something that we can ignore, and it's not something that we can let go to waste. And it's beautiful in there, so buy the ticket.
We're thrilled to actually have a pair of tickets to give away right now. Text
we do.
Symphony to 413-293-1021 before 9:30 this morning.
Text.
Text.
We don't have access to phones right now.
Yes,
because we're new here in the neighborhood. Somebody just didn't plug it in yet. But once that gets done, until that gets done, we're doing a text contest. So you can text, same number, 413-293-1021, text the word symphony, and you will be entered into the contest, and they'll pick a winner. And
one lucky
we will
winner
accept
at random.
Spelling errors.
Symphony, try to. Well, I mean, we'll some spelling will.
It might still be too early. People may not have had their coffee
Well,
yet.
I mean, we see all the texts that come in, so even if you did misspell it a little bit, we get it.
We get it. It happens.
Yeah.
Heather Case Roberts from the Springfield Symphony Hall. Again, that show is happening on the 14th of March, the 4th annual Fearless women's awards. It's going to be a great night.
Yeah, it really is. Thank you guys so much for
Thanks for coming in.
And thanks for the
sharing
gifts.
this. Oh, you're so welcome. Next time I'll have a lamp.
I can't wait to light that
leg
hazelnut
lamp?
espresso candle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
caffeine chaos.
Oh, it smells
That's
just
smell
terrific.
it, yeah.
And bow ties. We got bow ties.
to wear to the symphony. You don't really have to wear a bow tie. Everyone out there listening, you can wear whatever you want as long as it's clothing.
I don't even bother tying a bow tie. I just buy the box of pasta and I just
Clip
glue
one
it
on,
glue it to my throat. Yeah.
It's 8:59 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Live in